I can't take it anymore, anybody. That's right. I've got 4 walls on a garage. The tape measure says things should fit. I need to wrench on something bad. Like, really, really bad. So, I guess the face track isn't wanting to work. Here we go. So, all right. We're doing 60 frames per second at 1080p. So, all right. Anyways, what are we doing? That's right. We're going to get this in here. It should fit through enough for me to sit over here and be able to work. So let's go ahead. Let's get it pulled in. And let's get this magneto on this. It shouldn't be too much. Maybe we'll hear it. I don't know. It's a bit windy out. I need to get my microphone on me. And we'll, yeah, like I say, we got 4 walls and a roof on the ground. Oh, and the new air compressor, by the way. I'm going to show that real quick. So they had it on sale. It rained last night, but it ain't going to hurt this. A DeWalt. If anybody knows what these specs really mean. But that should be God's plenty for this, even though it says 175 PSI. 155 max. Price was right. It was on sale. Everybody else wanted like up to $1,000 for the same model, and I did not give that for this. So, all right, let's go ahead. Let's get the Frazer moved inside. All right. You gotta watch your head for the cross beams that are used for support. But like I say, this thing, I don't even know if these beams are 100% necessary unless the top has a warp to it or whatever. But the math shows that I should be able to fit this into here. I don't want to put it right there above that board. Put it somewhere like right here. And of course, we're going to have to go to the other side of this thing to do work on it. But either way, it is in. The first project being done inside the garage, or what there is of a garage so far. There we go. Maybe I should rotate it, actually. We'll do this. Perfect. Plenty of space. I'm not going to knock myself out. I'd like to we get the ignition timed on time today, and then we can go from there. A full-on running, I don't know. That's a very far thing, but we can deal with the fuel system later. I'm just ready to start wrenching on something. So hopefully the wind isn't too brutal right now on the camera, but we've got to get, look down, there you go. I got to learn how to use this thing more. We've got to get the magneto, rebuilt magneto, onto here. I have the mounting plate, everything and stuff like that, so really it's no more than a few Craftsman wrenches and maybe a beer. You know what? We're going to do that. We're going to crescent ourselves with a beer. We deserve a beer for this one. Go get one. So there is a timing procedure you have to do for these. Get things right now. Reading it, thumbed through it, skimmed over it. Super thanks to the guys inside the Frazer group on Facebook. You have to take the starter off, which this is all very basic hand tools. We're talking 9/16, ½ inch, 3/8 kind of stuff. That's it. There is nothing over fancy here. And yeah, I could use the electric tools here, and that's actually what one guy was using on there, but we gotta get this massive starter housing off of here. It's astronomically huge. probably way overkill for such a situation. Watch my head on that beam there. There's 2 bolts here. Get off. If I get a 9/16 on a wrench, pretty much a 9/16, all that stuff, that'll rebuild one of these in no time. That's what's nice about these older things. Remember, I got today and tomorrow to work on this in here, weather permitting. After that, I'm kind of SOL. There is supposed to be a shroud that goes around here to help with the airflow. Well, this doesn't have it, so we'll have to live without. There's supposed to be a timing mark in here somewhere. Take the spark plug out for easier rotations. But we're also going to need that to test. This thing sat outside for a while, I can see that. Supposed to be timing marks somewhere on this. I may have to re-look it up. Like one of the fins has a timing mark. Okay, yep, here it is. So the fin here, there's a notch, which, get down here. If I'm recalling what it said in the group, I may pull it up for y'all. But, so, the notch right here, that's your timing mark to this timing mark up here. And it says about 3 inches, which I'm gonna, that's a dirt clod there. Well, that looks like 3 inches. So, supposed to be about 3 inches from here. And then, I don't want to butcher this. Let me get the procedure out. Okay. Yeah, okay here. So, regarding the time of the engine with the nut loose on the magneto, adjust the drive coupling. You'll be able to reset timing. We suggest that you proceed as follows. Remove the starter assembly from the front of the engine so the fan is exposed. Okay, check. You will observe a timing mark on the fan, and its cast aluminum fan will be a notched fin. But if this is... fan. You will observe the timing mark. This is the aluminum fan will be notched fan. But if it is the cast iron squirrel cage type fan, the timing mark will be on the corner outer rim. You will observe a timing mark on the blower housing. You will find that the engine can be easily revolved with the fan, with the timing mark at about 3 inches to the left of the timing mark. 3 degrees or inches, it has a little asterisk. My experience is more like 5 3/8. Okay, so somebody has like 5 3/8 to be that way. So we'll measure that here. The engine with the crankcase. Hold the fan in this position, then turn the magneto to the right clockwise until you feel the impulse resistance. And then tighten the adjustable drive coupling lock nut, but do not lock in place. You have to tighten enough that the engine is to turn over. It will turn the magneto. Then observe that the fan will be about 3/8 to ½ inch past, that is right, of the mark on the crankcase when the magneto impulses, when you hear it click. You may loosen and adjust the drive coupling, lock nut, and reposition it. Make several attempts before you have the timing set just right, but you will find that the engine performance satisfactory. Timing is this way. And of course, when the timing is properly set, you will want to bend the prong on the lock washer to hold the lock nut in place. So there's a whole entire little thing here on how to do it and everything. So the like I said, the group or whatever right here, it won't focus because it's dumb, but either way, Graham Page, Frazer's Rototiller Enthusiast Collectors, they've got what you need. So this is our mark, I presume, right there, because it's the only notch. And then there's our timing mark up there. So I got to take the measurements, follow what it said, and we'll see what we can get out of this. All right, got the ignition system on there. I had it 180 out. Being a 2-stroke, you could do that, but because every 360 you get a ignition, I was 180 out. But first off, I forgot to mention this. Super thank you to Michael at Frazer, at the Frazer parts website and everything. I ordered, I don't know if he sent it or I ordered this spark plug wire. Well, that's not going to reach. I didn't know. I didn't have measurements. I ordered the longest one possible because I can always shorten them. I think he sent this one. And a few days later in the mail, I get an Amazon, well, it was in an Amazon package. I was like, what? I didn't order anything from Amazon. I got to looking and it was him again. And he had sent this longer wire without me asking. So I think he sent the wrong one, sent this, and super shout out to him for that. Like, super thank you. And whatnot. And he also sent all the mounting plate down here, all the hardware and stuff like that, and even gave me a new spark plug. God bless you, man. God bless you. So, this might be in timing already. It's just somebody ripped the ignition system off of it, but we'll have to do some measurements according to the instructions. But I had to go and say that to him. But yeah, he sent the auto light spark plug, the 386. So we don't have to use the old factory one or old one over there. That is a D16 or something champion. But either way, people say, oh, those auto lights are junk. I've got Wisconsin engines running off of them just fine. Zero problems. So, all right. I know it has ignition because I tried it out the other day, but it doesn't hurt to, mess around here real quick. I'm just going to double check on that and everything. Oh, it did. I'm not seeing any. Oh, that's because I'm grounding out like an idiot. That's right, it doesn't have a... There we go, we got spark. I don't think the camera's going to catch it. But there's a healthy spark every time. Yeah, there's a good healthy spark. In this light, it's not very bright. But in my house, good Lord, that thing will put you on your ass. So, I'm thinking we might be there. We got to listen out here for... So, 3/8 of an inch after. Yeah, it's way after. Yeah, we're way past. Late ignition timing. All right, that's easy adjusted. I think I have a wrench. If not, then right there. So, all right, we've got a bit of adjustment to do. From 3/8 of an inch, that's about 2.5 inches past. And when they said 3 inches for the other procedure. So yeah, so 3 inches is from that housing right there, part of that housing there. We've got to get it over to clicking right about there. So we got some adjustments to do. All right, this ought to make the boys proud. So that's a 3/8, half inch, your timing mark. So we're gonna come back around here. This is the one right here. If you watch, you'll hear for the impulse click, and that's when the ignition happens. So there's that. Right on the money. Right on the money. Now I got to tighten that nut down, fold over one of the things to tighten it down carefully, and hopefully everything stays. But getting a pair of, I had to get a pair of vice grips into the coupling nut back here. Hook it on there. And I took my breaker bar and put it in here. And then I had to rotate it this way to free it up. And there we go. If you have a 1 1/8 inch nut, that should also do the socket. That should do the trick too. But that worked out, so awesome. We are right on the money according to their timing procedure where it was, because we were over here. And then had to work it to get over there. It takes a little finessing, but you get it. So that is a massive flywheel, but we'll see here. Oh yeah, I gotta look out for the mark. There we go. One more time. Right on it. Right as it's... That's pretty dang close for me. Right there. 3/8. Half. You're not going to get much better than that. That's good enough. So, all right, now to get the that tighten down carefully, recheck, and then bend the tab over. We can keep moving on. All right, so we've got ignition properly timed according to the instructions. We've got compression. Now let's put some fuel down in the cylinder. Maybe. Pull on it and see what it does. It just takes off and runs out of fuel. Finger tight's not going to hurt it. It should be on idle. It's idle. We'll see. Ooh. May need more than just idle, but you know, we'll see. Or I just do that on the next video. What a runner, what a unit. That sounds exactly like the videos. I got her timed right, thanks to the instructions. So you know what that means? You're gonna have to subscribe to see parts 2, 3, who knows how many more. Because we gotta get in that carburetor, fix somebody's mess up of the linkages, clean it, all that other cool goody stuff. That's awesome. First run probably since the 80s, I want to say. Super thanks to Michael. Everybody has helped. Like, comment, subscribe. We're going to be back. First project in the garage. Successful? I don't know what we have of a garage. Till then, thanks for watching, everybody. Let's see if we can do that one more time. And maybe we could feed it through the carb. Maybe try to feed it through the carb if I can wrap around fast enough. Knowing it's in neutral now. Gotta push that in to engage starter. Ah! I didn't put as much that time. Starter's on one side, that's on the other. Yeah, we're gonna have to put down the spark plug every time. Man, it fires right up. Maybe that's the trick to this, just take it out of the head every time. Get a little downer, fire it up. 32-to-1 Klotz. Klotz Technoplate oil, 93 octane, you know. Protect better than a SAE 40 and stuff, that's for sure. That'll do it right there. That's all I need. That is amazing. Thanks for watching, everybody. Seriously, thank you. All the support to keep going here after the garage went down. This It's a massive, massive morale boost. You have no idea. Some of you might though, but for me, this is going to be awesome. We get this baby going. That carburetor rebuilt. That's a Zenith carburetor too. Those are expensive, but I'll see if I can find a carb kit for it. If not, we could put an old Tildelson on it. We'll see. But man, she sounds fantastic. I don't hear any knocking or nothing. It is fantastic. I'm shaking. This is amazing. I love this. And my wife was watching for the first startup. She was grinning ear to ear. So, all right, I'm done. I could go keep going on. Thank you, everybody.